Hey YouTube, this is my review of the Traxxas 1/16 scale brushless mini E-Revo. A little background on mine. I bought mine brushed with the Titan 550 big block setup, as it's known, and 27 megahertz. There was a previous edition of this that came out with a 380 Titan in it, which is a much smaller motor. So when I bought mine, I wanted brushless, but I really didn't have the cash to do it, so I just bought the brushed, and I thought I'd go from there and see how it was. I converted it to brushless through the parts of a VXL Rally. That came with the 2.4 gigahertz radio, the brushless ESC, and the brushless motor. So everything in theory is brushless in this, save for the specific options such as steel hollow balls inside the shock. I'll just get right into the pros. It's 1/16 scale, easy portability. I mean, I can throw it into my vehicle and I can just go off to a skate park or an empty parking lot, bash around. It is easy to upgrade. The work on change parts, for example. It's a very clean setup. Everything's laid out nicely. You can get to just about anything with just a couple of screws. Handling, it doesn't exhibit twitchy behavior that it did when I got it when it was brushed. So 27 megahertz in this, I found out, was not the best. I found out that the twitchy behavior was actually from the faulty crystals. So I changed those out and it went away, but then again, 27 megahertz for this vehicle in particular, I don't know why, but two other people that I know have had issues with it. So I'm thinking that the 27 megahertz that I got and it was faulty as well, and not just the crystals, because it was still twitchy. Like I mentioned, it's all-wheel drive, so despite the short wheelbase, which, mind you, this is only a foot long, despite its short wheelbase, it can easily go on dirt bike tracks as well as run through sand and moderate length grass. So I'm talking about grass maybe like this long. So basically, it could cover the tire and it'd be okay. But it would bog it down, so I would watch your temperatures on this. As far as speed, I ran one pack in here, and it goes 30, and that's the brushless setup. Two packs in parallel, which uses a specific connector, which is on here right now. One of these connects two batteries, which increases capacity, and that limits your speed to like 35 to 40. But if you use another connector, which I also have, it increases your speed up to 50 miles an hour, which is wheelies, endos, backflips, you name it. It does all of that, no problem. I also like how the wheels, they are a little bit smaller, but they're 2.0s, but it can accept larger scale tires for like 2.2s, no problem, with no gearing adjustment. So that'll, maybe you can get some sand throwers from HPI and put on there, because it uses 12 millimeter hexes, so that's good. As for the cons, this list is not that long, but it's just specific points you want to address when you get the vehicle brushless or brushed. Batteries get warmer than 1/10 scales, primarily because this thing is so compact and neat that you have to put your batteries in this little enclosed compartments when there are ventilation on either side, but it's still narrow in here, so they will get a little bit warmer. But I haven't really had any problems with it. Shocks tend to leak right out of the box. I haven't changed mine out yet because I think it's just easier just to fill them up right now, just for the first couple months that I've had this for the review. Tire glue, mine, all four tires have come off the rim already. So I used AKA tire glue, which is part number 38001 in the AKA part numbers. For the shocks, being how they get low and leak, I would suggest a thicker weight shock oil in the rear, and if one breaks, if like two shocks in the back break, just switch them out to the front, so your front sags down and the back will stay up, so when you put on gas it actually levels it out. So that's kind of a little FYI there. The stock servo strips out. Personally, mine has done this twice. There is no alternative other than getting a new servo, but that, if it wasn't waterproof for these little miniature servos, then you're out of luck. The gears are like $3 for a whole setup, so it's no issue for me, but it's just something to consider. Front bumper is way too small for high-speed wrecks. Put it this way. This is the RPM bumper. This is one of the only upgrades I have on this. And it is easily 2 times the size of the stock bumper. The stock bumper for the rear is the same bumper for the front, almost. So, I mean, that's not going to protect you from anything. I really don't know why they put such small bumpers on here, but they did. So, that's just another point. I suggest for the RPM parts, that's the best bumper I have because it's plastic and it's got a lifetime warranty on it. It is RPM part number 73982, 73985, or 73989, and that is different colors, but they are all the same bumper, so it doesn't matter really whichever one you choose. I want to thank you for watching my video. I will be putting up more videos in the future about bashing, racing, and speed runs, as well as various upgrades that I do over time of owning the Revo. If my channel interests you, then please stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.